En route to a secret location in Italy. Reporters are off to interview Carola Rackete. The Sea-Watch 3 captain has been in hiding since she rescued migrants off the Libyan coast and brought them to the Italian island Lampedusa, a mission she doesn't regret.
I think we did everything right. We obeyed maritime law.
Well, by going out actively searching for migrants who were on the Libyan coast and then pretending to the world it's a rescue mission so you then can justify taking them back here. I don't think there's anywhere within maritime law where it specifically states to actively be complicit in encouraging and then proceeding with transporting illegal immigration. In effect, these people are nothing short of human traffickers. The big bad human traffickers that nobody could ever seem to put a finger on, but they were always being blamed for why the migrant crisis continued to be just that. But you're looking at them. These are the migrant crisis human traffickers. They always have been, and they continue to be just that. But they convince themselves, as well as their supporters, that they're simply following maritime law.
So there was never a question of whether we should rescue people or not.
Diese Frage stellt sich überhaupt gar nicht.
Sea-Watch 3 sailed to Lampedusa after 2 weeks of waiting in vain and despite a recent ban. The captain says some of the migrants were suicidal and others threatened to go on hunger strike.
Oh, well then.
What's important in the end is that we rescued these 53 people and brought them to a safe harbor. That's 53 people who don't have to go back to some torture camp in Libya.
Some torture. So that's 53 people that you've quote-unquote rescued. That's 53 people that have been given a free taxi service over to Europe to live high in the hog. And then, of course, you go out sailing again, looking for more, another 53 to take over here, and the process repeats itself, and it has been doing just that for years now. It's ridiculous. The excuses that they've got to no end as to why these people need to be rescued, and whenever they are intercepted, they can't be taken back to Libya. How convenient. How very convenient that they can't be taken back to Libya. Nothing screams out incentivizing. Clear cut. Absolutely incentivizing. Anybody from Libya can just decide to jump on a boat knowing full well they can't be sent back. Well done. And again, they always seem to try the sympathy tactics in terms of the torture and the slave trade that's found its way back into Libya as a means to try and advocate for safe and regular and orderly migration. But at the end of the day, the good portion of these African migrants that have found themselves in the war zone of Libya shouldn't have been there in the first place. The NGOs are responsible for that, majorly responsible for that. That if they just set sail, they'll be fucking rescued. Of course, it's going to get people all across Africa tempted, and in some cases, they decide to do it. And in many cases, they drown. And when they drown, again, that's the NGO's fault.
Italian Interior Minister Matteo Salvini called her a criminal. Now,
that's exactly what she is. She's implicit in trafficking. She can call it what she wants. You can call it a rescue mission if that's what you so choose. But a spade is a spade, and so too is a human trafficking racket. Clear as day.
now she wants to sue him for defamation.
Defamation, oh my days. Defamation.
But she faces likely prosecution herself.
And that's what I mean, how out of touch where you think by pretending to the world and probably to yourself that you're participating in a never-ending wave of rescue missions, defying Italy and dump these people on an Italian island and expect no repercussions or ramifications and go so far as to try and sue for defamation. These people need to be in jail. They get a swift fucking reminder just where their place is in society. A bit too much of a moral high ground, it appears.
To illegal migration. A hearing is planned for next week.
In case of an indictment, which we don't expect, I will of course turn myself in, because I expect to be acquitted if it comes to that.
Maritime experts suggest another possible outcome. Entering the harbor could amount to a violation of Italian law.
Sie hätte möglicherweise
It is a violation.
Maybe that she should have kept waiting. She could have tried to get other harbors to open up and continued to ask for help from Italian authorities.
To pick up African men and come over here and sit about and wait for somebody to decide to let them in. It's a fucking ridiculous process that we're still on. It's a ridiculous scenario that 4 or 5 years on from the original refugee quote-unquote crisis, we're still here talking about the same issues from day one. At least back then you could kind of sympathise because they were refugees. But I have no sympathy for these people. I have no sympathy for the NGOs. And I really understand why there is any sympathy at all for them and their so-called humanitarian plights.
Other rescue boats have had the same problem.
I wonder why the fuck that is. And again, look at this. Look at this. Men. African men. Again. Every fucking boat picks up African men. And they're getting very bold and very brave these days, considering the claims that they used to peddle was that they would just sail about European waters and wait on the off chance that somebody needed rescuing. Now they actively seek out these people because they need to beat the Libyan Coast Guard to it. They actively float about near Libyan coastal waters, going so far as to be in Libyan coastal waters at times. You know? Now, if that isn't breaching maritime law, or at the very least exploiting it, I don't know what is. What part of a refugee crisis are we looking at here? We're looking at economic migrants that are chancing their arm and are being encouraged and incentivised by NGOs and by the UN and by a backward-ass pandering media.
The German rescue ship Alan Kurdi saved 65 people off the Libyan coast on Friday. It's also seeking safe harbour.
Saved them off the Libyan coast. And I wonder why they were on the Libyan coast. Jump on a boat because they heard explicitly that they can't be sent back. It's not a rescue mission. You're fooling no one.